guys, welcome back to Angel Angela. On this topic, I wanted to talk to you guys about chasing thrills and how the narcissist spends their life chasing thrills. You know, the narcissist lives in a world where they feel like you're living in their dream, right? And they feel like, if you don't like what my dream is about, get out of it, and if I come to you and I tell you to please take me back, or if I, do things that most people won't do and play the games that most people won't play, then that's just me. I'm different. That makes them feel even better because you're sitting here like no one does that. Everyone is behaving. You're misbehaving. You're being bad. And to the narcissist, it's like, yeah, okay, well, as long as I don't get caught, as long as I don't get in trouble, and after a while, they do things sometimes that you don't want to do, or sometimes they try to get, force things on you, or force their beliefs on you. And their beliefs can be constantly changing, right? So you never really know where you're at with this person because their beliefs are constantly changing. One day they're talking about spirituality, the other, next thing you know, they're talking about being sovereign. Next thing you know, this person is talking about, getting over on people or people getting over on them. There's always something that's going on in their life because they're constantly chasing some type of excitement, gossip, arguments, drama. Don't let the narcissist fool you, because what they try to do is they try to throw you off. They try to make it seem like they're not as wild as they are, or they're not that friendly, or they're not that talkative, or they try to make it seem like they're all about themselves, right? And then you'll get moments where you're thinking like these people are being nice to other people. Like, why do they behave like this with other people? And the narcissist will even, if you say anything to them, they'll even make it seem like you're jealous of them, or you're just calling them out on the change of their behavior, because you're like, you're not being yourself. You could see the fakeness, you can see the fake smiles, you can see how the narcissist like pretends to be interested in what people have to say, but that most likely they're saying different things in their head. And what the narcissist likes the most about those situations where they're gaslighting people, and the more you're sitting here trying to tell them, they don't know you the way I know that I know you. To them, it's like, it doesn't matter what you say, because guess what? I'm chasing this thrill. I'm on this high with these people. I'm on this high right now. And they believe in everything that I say. They don't look at me the way you look at me, because they don't see that side of me. And maybe if you wouldn't call me out all the time, you would see my fake side more, but you call me out on stuff. You try to make me break out of my delusional world, my delusional fantasy, because they make it seem like you're not thinking big. I'm thinking big, right? The thrill, the excitement, and you're thinking like, you understand the thrill, the excitement, you understand these things, and you understand the process of growth, and, being excited about the things that you want to get. But you also know that it's a process. You also know that every move you make, you have to think things through. You can't just go and sign a contract just because someone's like, hey, I'm going to make you richer if you just sign this contract. You actually know that you have to think about these things, right? But the narcissist doesn't. They go around chasing thrills. This is what I mean. They go around chasing thrills. So if they're in that situation, they're so excited because of the people that they're around, because they feel like these are the people, these are the friends I'm supposed to be around. I want what they have. That's their whole mindset. And you could have been someone that was brought up in what they're trying to get to. So to you, it's like, it's just a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle, literally, because what matters the most in order to even to keep that life is your mindset. It's about your mindset. And you teach the narcissist the game. Basically, they steal your game, they steal your lifestyle. That's what they do. They steal it and they use it for their advantage, and they deny it. But that's really what they do. But if they don't really have that mindset, it usually backfires on them because of their want to their thrill seeking. No one chooses what type of family they're going to live in, but they most people try to be grateful, and if they don't like it, they change it, right? But the narcissist, they're chasing thrills, so they're bouncing around. And that is what gets the narcissist in trouble, because the narcissist will look at their friends and the people around them, and they're like, hey, I'm different from you, I'm not like you guys. They portray to be different, even, to the point where they think they're smarter than their friends, or they think their friends are dumb or suckers. And their friends know exactly what's going on. They're looking at them like, okay, they know it's not going to end good for them. A lot of times their friends feed into the narcissist BS, and their friends have to learn the hard way, and they start to remove themselves from the narcissist. So narcissists are people that even ruined those friendships that they wanted to get so bad, because once they get in, they're influencing or influencing people in ways that they weren't aware of. And then when it's all said and done, the people around them keep, the narcissist at a distance. And the narcissist, they know why. And everyone just continues to, be fake. And a lot of times even, people stay fake with the narcissist because the narcissist steals from them, and they're trying to figure out how they're going to get it back. As the narcissist begins to feel like everyone is obsessing over them, or everyone in their life is keeping tabs on them and watching them, in reality, they're just watching to see the ending. They're like, this is a thrill to watch the narcissist, actually. And they flip it around on the narcissist, and this is why the narcissist hates everyone. So the narcissists, they come around their friends, they think, they're hilarious, they're funny, and everyone's laughing at them, and they're laughing at them thinking they're going to prove them wrong. So at the end of the day, all these people are chasing thrills, and that's all it is. That's the difference between someone who has narcissistic traits and someone who is a full-blown narcissist, and you don't know what level they're on, because those are the ones that are purposely trying to destroy you, and they don't really gain anything from it. Because a lot of times the thrill seeking is what took over them, because, you have to have your limit, and the narcissist has none. Even the people around them, they even plan their funerals before they die. Some of these narcissists, their parents are like, I need to make sure I have enough money in case something happens, because they know that they're delusional. They know that they don't think things through. They're chasing thrills. They're playing games with people's lives. People know that about them, the people that actually know them. The narcissist, they're the kind of person that they're like, oh, you guys are taking life insurance policies on me? I'm going to take one on you guys. You guys want to kill me. like that's how delusional they are. They don't even when people are trying to help them, they see people as trying to attack them. And they're trying to stop that thrill that they're chasing, Or they might even just think to themselves, oh, my mother's getting a life insurance policy, or she's worried about her paperwork. I'm going to undermine all of my siblings, and, it's time for me to start my plan now. And you're not even knowing that your narcissist sibling is doing something behind your back. Because narcissists are constantly chasing some type of thrill, and they're getting a thrill on thinking of your reaction in the end. But they undermine you. You know, they make you feel like you're friends. That's the difference. Someone that doesn't like you, they just show you flat out, but the narcissist portrays an image while stabbing you in the back. So with those people, you'll notice that the narcissist has a love-hate relationship with these people because they don't fully feed into what the narcissist says either, and that's what makes the narcissist mad. It's like, how can you guys accept me, but how can you guys not do what I tell you to do? How many times have you guys told the narcissist something one time and they didn't do it, and then it backfires on them? So when you tell someone something, say it one time and watch how it backfires on them. Just tell them one time, don't even get mad. And if it's meant to be, congratulate them. Congratulate them, because that means that they did something right. Them chasing thrills, you know, they don't know what can happen or what type of people they're dealing with sometimes. Sometimes they feel like they have people figured out right away. And sometimes they don't realize the trouble that they're getting into, because sometimes they're used to chasing people that don't know anything about anything. You know, like it's like literally, it's like trying to go adopt a puppy, and you don't want to get that puppy because you don't want to get that dog because it's not a puppy. You're like, oh damn, that's been someone else's dog. It's had different owners. I might not be able to train this dog, you know. And if you happen to just come around a dog where it's your friend's dog or someone you're close to, and you almost feel like that pet is family when you're there, and you can tell that no one really cares for it, and every time you're there you're just in love with this pet, and you're like, you know what, I actually do like this dog. I think I can benefit from this dog because my friend doesn't want it anymore. And honestly, I love this kind of dog. This is the kind of dog I actually always wanted. I just, you know, they're, and they listen, and they listen. So that's how the narcissist looks at people. So they're like, okay, I found someone that listens, you know, and that's how it is when they meet you. It's a thrill to them because they're like, oh, you know, I have this new source. I'm chasing thrills. It just happened how it happened. I don't know how it happened. I don't know how we even got to this point, because I was just chasing a thrill. I was just, when I met you, it was just, you know, me spontaneously meeting you, or I didn't even think it was going to get serious because I play around with everyone. I flirt with everyone. I didn't think it was, you were going to, you know, dig me out like this, and it was going to, you know, happen the way it happened, where we're still together. And I know I have it in me. You know, I was just waiting for the right catch. I was just waiting for the right catch. I knew eventually, I'm fishing right now, so I know eventually I'm going to catch a fish. I know if out of 100 people, I'm at least going to get 1, 2, 3, someone. That's how the narcissist is viewing people, because they're chasing thrills. And when you meet them, you start to basically chase a thrill too, because there's going to be signs where there's going to be red flags, and you're going to think to yourself, like, maybe I need to get out of this situation. You know, maybe you start to feel like you're chasing a thrill, you're chasing something, and it might not end good. You're thinking to yourself, you know, we talked about all these things and what we wanted to do, but when they start showing you certain red flags, you start to think, maybe things aren't the way I thought they were going to be. There's another side to this person. Oh, dang, there's an angry side to them. And you start to think, you don't know how angry, you start to really realize that you don't know the extensity of their anger, like how far they can go, because when they're angry, you see this type of hate where it's almost like they're letting you know, I'm capable of anything, I'm just choosing not to. Or they'll even tell you, I'm just choosing not to. It's not worth it. Things are going good for me right now. I'm chasing thrills. You're chasing me, and that's making me want to chase the thrill even more because I'm not chasing you anymore. First, they're chasing a thrill, which is you. Now you start to give in. You give in, they feel like, okay, I caught a fish. Now you're chasing the thrill of wanting them to be who they used to be. And they're, you know, literally having science experiments with everyone else while being with you. And I almost look at it kind of like, when you're chasing a thrill, you don't know like what's going to happen. When you're chasing a thrill, that's just literally someone that, is excited and is trying so hard to get something. They're trying to get something. They're trying to get some type of source. That's chasing a thrill. They're trying to get to something. But what are you trying to get to? And when you get to it, are you ready for what you're going to get? Are you ready for that task? Because if you're chasing a thrill and you're chasing a thrill and you finally do get what you want, what then? You're just going to want to chase another thrill, right? And it's just the excitement. You start to realize, well, at least, the narcissist, they start to realize it's just the excitement. You'll realize it too eventually that it was just the excitement. And then you get tired and you're like, I don't feel like chasing anymore. I don't have the energy to, they're taking energy from you when you're doing that, because now you're chasing someone on a hamster wheel basically. And even you have to think about life. People are chasing thrills. Everyone is in a competition. It's something that's fueling them. Someone around them is fueling them to do something. Everyone is chasing some type of thrill, and then sometimes you're forced to chase after certain things that you don't want to chase. So you go around chasing other thrills and things that you don't know nothing about, or things that people told you to stay away from. And then you fall down this rabbit hole. So chasing a thrill, wanting to know answers, right? Wanting to know more, getting excited from the information you're getting. Sometimes chasing that thrill, chasing information. Sometimes certain things can get you into trouble. And that's one thing I realized, asking too many questions or getting involved in certain things, especially when you don't know the full story to things. Chasing thrills, chasing answers just because you want to or because you feel like you need to can, land you in trouble, especially when you don't know what's the full extensity of what's going on. And sometimes in these relationships, you don't know the full extensity of what's going on. And that's why it keeps evolving. And the more you find out, it's time to go. But for some reason, it's like you have your feet glued to the floor. And in life, you can have a group of friends and everyone starts chasing their own thrill. And you start to see certain friends do certain things and you're like, man, that's not a good thing that person's doing. Or, I hope my friend is safe because he loves going to parties and concerts and he loves chasing thrills. He wants to see what the hype is all about, right? He loves it. He knows what it is, but he wants to keep going. He likes the rush, even if he knows that so many things can happen in this location. They don't care. It's like, yeah, people are going to be drinking this, that. So if people could break out into a bar fight and then you go somewhere and all kind of things can happen, right? You're chasing a thrill, the feeling. And You could have different people doing different things in your life, different friends doing different things. And you start to see that certain people are chasing the thrill. They're addicted to something, whether it's a person or doing something. And you know that having something too much can also hurt you. Chasing that thrill of something can also hurt you. Everything comes with a consequence. Everything. You can make money and then you could lose it. It could come with the consequences, but are the consequences worth it? Because has these things that you've done worked out for you? What has worked out for you? Only you know what works out for you. And when everyone is doing their own thing, you'll start to see certain people are chasing thrills, and then it's almost like everyone is having freak accidents. One week you hear someone had a car crash, passed away. Another person's going through something else. So it's almost like everyone is going through some type of freak accident or some type of predator in their lives, that are chasing thrills from being abusive or whatever their thing is, whatever sadistic thing they're into. They're chasing thrills. What separates the narcissist is that even if someone is a thrill seeker, you want answers. It's not wrong to want answers out of life, but it's always good to have another backup plan. It's always good to have certain, stabilities. And the narcissist is the type of person that they don't really think too much into that because they're so used to manipulating people. This is why, to the narcissist, their backup plan has to be supply. So when you're dealing with someone and you're in a relationship with them, what's the backup plan? What is the plan? Are we actually working towards that plan? Because if we're not, they're making up their own plans behind your back. A lot of times the narcissist acts like they don't think too much on the future and they're living on the now. And if anything happens, they have your back later on, but not right now. So that's a red flag right there. And it almost seems like they don't like peace. They don't want to look within themselves. They don't really want to analyze situations. So narcissists love those environments, and that energy starts taking everyone out at a time for chasing thrills. And then you realize once that energy tried to destroy you through this person, you start to realize I knew I should have backed away from this person. Every time I was with this person, bad things were happening to me. My health was declining, all these things. So you know that you're chasing a thrill. You see the signs, you see something. And usually when you see the signs to something, it could lead to something bigger. It's like finding out your kid, your high school kid was doing drugs or something, and they have asthma, and their friends left them outside, and instead of helping him, they left because he was having a panic attack. All the friends left and a stranger helped, and you end up going and getting your kid, and eventually everything works itself out. But you realize in that moment, okay, something just happened. What my kid did was bad. It was wrong. They know they shouldn't have done it. They know they have conditions on top of that. But not only that, their friends, my kid's friends left my kid there basically to die. And then you ground your kid, but then you keep letting him go out again with his friends and things like that. Then at this point, the energy of the world already told you your kid is seeking thrills, and they don't fully understand what that means. They don't fully understand that when you seek thrills, you're on a hamster wheel and things are bound to repeat itself in different ways, harsher ways. And that's how the narcissist relationship is. They keep seeking thrills, and every breakup, every relationship they're in, a lot of things happen in those relationships. And then they go to someone else, or they go to something they think, they're chasing that thrill and they're finally satisfied. And just when they get comfortable, that energy comes and surrounds them from all of the things that they've done because they're still chasing thrills. Or they think they found the perfect person, and the universe tests them out to see if they're really someone who wants to change, and who, they did everything just to reach their goal. Sometimes people do things they're not proud of to reach a goal, but then you'll be tested because it comes with the prize. So it's like, okay, once you do reach that, you reach the perfect supply or whatever, what next? Are there's going to be things that will present themselves from the past to see how the narcissist will handle it this time around now. And a lot of times the narcissist can't fall under, they don't take falling under pressure so well. So their whole little dream crumbles, and the narcissist always feels like they can get it back. And this is why they hoover you over and over again, because they're like, I can make it better. I can get it back. And and they try to forget about everything. And you're just like, I can remember every single time you tried to chase some type of thrill and you never thought about how I felt. So you'll blame yourself, but at the same time, you'll think to yourself, I was chasing that thrill as well. So you realize you have to break that pattern, or else it's going to be a never-ending loop. So the loophole in this is to stop chasing thrills, to think things through. And when you look around you at certain people, you see why they don't chase thrills anymore. You see why some people don't even want to leave their house. You see why some people are afraid to leave their job or do certain things because they've chased thrills for a long time. And they finally said, I don't want to chase thrills. Every time I chase thrills and, bad things happen. It comes with a prize. And people are like, you know what? I'm just going to work really hard. I'm going to work really hard. The narcissist does not want to work really hard. They want everything handed to them. They feel like they deserve, things that they don't really deserve. They feel like they deserve your things. So let these people keep chasing thrills. Most people that actually really know them, and know what's under the mask. They know how the narcissist is. They some of these people, like I said, they're prepared. They're like, something's going to happen. They know it's a matter of time, whether they're with you or someone else, that something's going to happen. A lot of times the narcissist even discards you because they know something's going to happen too. So a lot of times we get that feeling too when we're dealing with them, when we're chasing that thrill, knowing what's going on. Now, when first, when you didn't know what was going on, it feels like God was saving you, right? It felt like God, you're thinking to yourself, dang, I got out of all these situations. I don't know how I got out of it. But once you actually know what's going on and you're still dealing with a narcissist, you're asking for it. And you'll think to yourself, like, maybe God isn't real. Maybe no one's watching. Maybe I won't get my karma for chasing this thrill, even though I know I need to stay away from it. But I'm just, one more time, watch. It gets worse. I'm not playing. It's one thing when you're blind to what's going on, but when you actually know, it's even worse than being blind. So that's why I wanted to talk to you guys about chasing thrills. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. For your healing, if you guys want to book with me, I'll leave my booking information in the description and you guys can text me. If you guys are new to my channel, you guys enjoyed this podcast, subscribe, like, share this video, you guys, because it just might help someone, that they know that this is wrong. They shouldn't do this. They shouldn't go here. A pandemic just happened. Even if they don't believe the pandemic's real, you know that people's minds are everywhere. So you have to think about that before going to a concert or those type of things. You should be cautious when you know the world is changing and things are happening that never happened before or that you can't recall, right? If you know that a lot of things are questionable, people's motives, actions, anything can happen. If you know that you've been living a life where you've been protected and you don't know how you made it out of that, now that you know, you have to make sure you're protected. You weren't someone's been protecting you this whole time. Now you have to actually protect yourself. So you have to be, once you go through something or an experience, you go to a concert, something crazy happens. Now you've been warned. Bad things happen. You've been warned. So this is even with that Travis Scott concert, and I'm not going to say who, what, where, when, why. All I'm saying is when things happen and you see these things with your own eyes, because no one knows besides the people that were there what happened when you're in situations. When you're in situations, you've been warned. So just like when you walk through that big image and you walk through Travis Scott's mouth and you went through that portal and it said, see you on the other side, it means you've been warned. And guess what? Everyone is pointing fingers and stuff. But you know what? If you actually know about this story and you know what happens, and the same people online judging the people that experience this and their stories, you're judging people. Red flag, judging, red flag. And you're telling people, oh, you guys shouldn't have been there. You guys shouldn't have done that. But guess what? When you're going to a bar and there's predators there, or anywhere that predators like to go to, even amusement parks, if you go to certain places or you know that crimes just happen sometimes, you've been warned as well. People that are watching, and they're not even there, you've been warned. It's like learning something watching a crime show. You already have an idea of what can happen. You're like, oh, I keep watching all these crime shows. All of these women, all of these men, they've been killed by their wives, by their husbands, because they were going back and forth. You've been warned. Because we chase thrills, but what's at the end of that thrill? Is it really worth it, or is your life worth it? Do you put your life first, or do you put those things first? Which one? Like you have to make a choice. You have to make the best choices for yourself when you're chasing thrills, or you're thinking, oh, I'm not with the narcissist anymore. I'm just going to go date different people because they've been playing me the whole time anyway. I'm going to go and party and show the narcissist that, I'm not sad, and doing all of these things to make someone not mad. And really you're chasing a thrill just to get some excitement from trying to make someone else feel something, and it backfires on you. You get burnt. So you end up dealing with a weirdo, or someone follows you home, or you get in an accident, or you end up coming home feeling worse than what you did because you saw what was going out in the world, and you were thinking to yourself about the narcissist and how he might be doing this, all the things that you're going out there to see. And you're thinking, this is what the narcissist does. This is what they like. This is the type of women they're into. They like coming to these type of places, So chasing thrills, you guys, will get you hurt. Pay attention to the people that are solid people, that keep their family close, that keep their friends close, that take care of each other, that know what's going on and choose to protect themselves, that are cautious, that talk it out. Pay attention. You have to have a plan before doing certain things. You have to have, even if you're spontaneous, you still have to think about certain things to protect yourself in case of any type of emergencies. So I'm sending you guys lots of love, light, peace, and I'll talk to you guys on the next podcast.